welcome. We just concluded the first data center symposium at the Houston Strategy Forum. Incredible discussion, great diverse viewpoints, and I'm here with Mr. Thor Solberg, who is the Global Operations Executive Director for Data Centers for Fluor. I know that was a mouthful. I am glad.
It's a mouthful for me too.
I'm glad I said it correctly. I don't know if I can repeat that. But Thor, what a discussion, and thank you, sir, for being part of this and contributing and bringing your insights. It was fantastic to have you on that panel. I really appreciate that.
Well, it was such a great mix. The other panels were, on a different side of the business that I've seen. They're the people who are developers and developing the business and developing the projects and the financing. So it's something that I haven't got so much exposure, but we're working in that space now as we have bigger opportunities, especially working with developers. So it was just really great conversations. And the way you facilitated makes it very open and collaborative and comfortable for everybody, and it's fun. It was good, and I really enjoyed it.
I appreciate you. I do have fun, but we're a discussion forum, so we want to facilitate a discussion. We want to get the real issues in there. It's a fun environment, but yet it is a serious environment because the serious issues are getting talked about in a fun, light manner. But we are talking about the hard stuff that doesn't come up elsewhere, right?
Great topics on power, how that's going to work, where we think hyperscalers need to be on, power, and also investing on larger projects that are coming at us. So really good, really great topics.
Yeah.
Really relevant.
Sir, what are you going to be thinking away as you fly back to Helsinki tomorrow? What is going to be on your mind? Anything that from this discussion you're going to go, I need to think about that more?
Well, we even though I'm based in Europe, I'm still global. So we have some big plays here that are active right now. In fact, we were supposed to have a meeting this week, and it got postponed. But there's so I'm got some really good contacts, and they're all relevant to the discussions we're having with some developers who want to do exactly what we talked about today. Is want to do gigasites, bringing what we call a day one power, a day two power, which is a behind the panel power station, big gas, turbines, 600 megawatts, and then eventually go to perhaps an SMR type solution. So it's Texas, it's a big idea, big large capital investment, and what I learned here and the contacts I just made with the speakers and others will have a lot of value, and I'll bring that to Fluor in our discussions.
We announced right after the symposium that the Houston Strategy Forum will do another data center symposium this year in October. What would you advise us? Where should we take the discussion? What are the issues that we should highlight?
I think you could do a whole session on data center execution. I think today it was around the infrastructure and the ecosystem, but you saw a lot of questions around execution, about manpower location. There's a whole thing in that, and I think the culture change as big energy companies, even the other investment companies, as you're going from an oil and gas environment, energy environment, to a data center, there is a culture shift, and projects are done differently, they're executed differently, we have to think about them differently, and so that's a really good topic.
Corporate culture is a very important topic and very near and dear to me. In my book, I talk about corporate culture a lot, and you and I have talked about that shift that needs to happen. Because companies need to retool their thinking. This is a different marketplace, fast-moving marketplace. We have companies here in Houston that have been here a long time, and they've been in a different industry sector, the oil and gas. They need to think about, and the EPC sector, right? Now the marketplace is shifting. These projects are different type of projects than the projects that we have handled. So that cultural mind shift is absolutely critical to make this successful.
Yeah, and it's just, oil and gas is risk. There's such a big risk involved in those type of projects, but now the risk is totally different, so it warrants a whole different regime on how you can execute, so you don't have to to bear in mind, spend all that time that you require to properly do design and executions on those big LNG and global projects. So again, it's a very different execution model.
It's a different execution, and one of the other speakers talked about how this is truly a national security issue. So how we execute and how well we execute, how much energy and power we have, but also how well we execute is going to become the differentiator in this global race for AI.
For sure.
Right? And building that infrastructure.
The infrastructure will have to take it up a huge notch to keep up with what it looks like where AI is going. Yeah. And we see that with XAI, kind of the first big application. So it's interesting. We've seen a bit of a pause in some of the AI projects we were looking at, but I think that's going to come now. But then the power that's going to go with it has got to come. Yeah.
Thor, thank you so much, sir. Thank you for your time.
Yeah.
Thank you for your insights and wisdom. We really enjoyed hosting you, and we look forward to collaborating and seeking your guidance and help. And as we host the October one and think about where to take it.
100%, and we'd love to be part of it. It was really great.
We would
much appreciated.
We would love to have
you. Put on a really good session, so thank you, Ravi.
No, thank you, sir. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Okay.
All right.